In today's economy, there is no industry or business where competition and rivalry does not exist. In the show about miners from Alaska, Gold Rush features three of the fiercest mine bosses in the business, and among them Parker Schnabel and Rick Ness have an interesting relationship among them. So, which team among them is the best? Team Rick or Team Parker? It is nearly impossible to pick a side in this rivalry. If you were asking which team collects more gold, then it is obviously Team Parker, who is leaps and bounds over not just any mine boss in the show, but maybe all over Alaska. Parker Schnabel worked in his grandfather, John Schnabel's mine since he was a child and was only 18 years old when he first appeared in the show, and was leading his entire grandfather's mining operation since then. At the age of 24, Parker Schnabel had mined over $13 million worth of gold, but his rapport since has grown even more notorious. The very next year in Season 8, he mined over 6,000 ounces of gold worth $7.5 million. The next year that Parker mined 7,000 ounces of gold worth nearly $9 million. Yes, Schnabel has since aimed even higher and broken his previous record every season. Rick Ness, however, did not come from a gold mining background like Parker Schnabel. He got his first taste of the business after Parker Schnabel hired him in his crew in Season 3. He only had experience of working heavy machinery at that point from his family's construction business. But he was a quick learner and became Parker's right-hand man in just a couple of years. After around 6 years of working for Parker, Ness decided to become a mine boss himself. A risk that paid off, as in Season 9, he completed his goal of collecting around 1,105 ounces of gold, which was more than impressive considering it was his first rookie season. So, comparing gold collected is no use. If you love an underdog story, you would instead choose Team Rick Ness. He is able to hold his own season after season despite going against big miner like Parker or Tony Beats. But there is no rule that says you have to support one team. If you are like us, you would support both Parker and Rick both. Parker Schnabel and Rick Ness's relationship explored. Since they were former colleagues and current rivals, what kind of a relationship do Parker Schnabel and Rick Ness share? Well, you should know that they are still very good friends. It only took a few years for Rick Ness to become the second in charge in Parker's mining operations, a feat Ness would have only achieved after being a good friend to Parker. Ness breaking the news to Schnabel about him wanting to leave the crew to start his own was documented in one of the final episodes of Season 8 titled Mining with Monsters. I feel like I've learned a lot in the last 6 or 7 years that I've been doing this, but I don't know anything about the business side, Rick said before making the jump. There's so much cost there and there's so much risk there. I do well where I'm at, and it would be a scary thing, quite honestly. It really would. Is it in the cards? I don't know. Who knows? I owe you a lot, man. Like, I owe you a lot, Parker said in reaction to Rick's decision. I completely get it. If I were in your shoes, I'd be looking at doing the same exact thing, so it's hard for me to sit here and be mad. The split was hard for both parties. Parker had to remanage his entire crew because of the power vacuum created by Parker leaving, and Ness had to bet all the money he had on a crew of rookie miners. But they were still good friends, as Parker even stated back then. I really respect and appreciate him for letting me know this now, Parker said on the show. But what really makes me okay with this is that, we can walk away as friends, and hopefully we will be friends for the rest of our lives. In a more recent interview with Rick Ness a month ago, he addressed how Parker changed his life. He was a Rolling Stone musician before he met Parker, and his life changed for the better after meeting Schnabel.